Hello and welcome to Editing with My Wife, now with more transubstantiation. My name's the Hooded Philosopher and I'm here with Cheesy Loops, and an impressed Cheesy Loops at that. Was that just not good?
That was a big word.
Well, I got big words.
Transubstantiation.
It's a Catholic belief that when you take the holy sacrament of biscuit and wine, it turns into blood, the actual literal blood of Jesus and the actual literal flesh of Jesus. Transubstantiation.
Oh, it makes me think of train stations.
Yeah, I'm sure those two things are quite related. You know what isn't related to train stations?
What isn't?
My story.
Oh, hi.
That nice little chapter that we last read turned Frick back out from the hat, but he's now wearing a witch's hat with a kind of shimmer to it, a special shimmer.
A special shimmer. And we didn't do the chapter title last time.
Yeah.
But we got to do it this time. But you read first, right?
No, it's still her first.
It's still her first.
And then.
Oh, okay. Okay, I get it now. Reuniting is such sweet sorrow.
For you.
Wow. There was no care, no love, no sadness in that. That was just read.
That's because I was realizing it should be me.
Why should it be for me?
Because he's the one that's out there now. And reunited with Zeka.
Yes, and his wife.
And his wife is now the hat. Oh.
Frick was unhappy. Zeka hated seeing him unhappy. His chiseled jaw looked so much better than with a smile. His broad shoulders slouched. That is too much S's. So much so I deleted an S in another word. He could hear her, but he couldn't but he could hear her but not touch her. He knew what it was like being a hat, the importance of telling the story. He had been where May was now. However, he was not lost on how to get her back. The tree said Eric was just twisting the magic. They learned she was the original target of someone named Dahara, Zeka explained. Well, I've been where she is. I know she is safe in this hat, and I know how far she has come to free me. Let's find this Dahara and end it. Frick said as the droop disappeared, his smile returning. I could see why you love her, Zeka said, walking closer. Her beauty is as powerful as the forest herself, she said, grabbing Frick, holding him in an embrace. She taught me an important lesson. He took great care picking up all the bits of metal. Grabbed the sword. What was the lesson? What was the lesson? She asked, retrieving the sword. It was lighter than she expected. The beauty she held was the same beauty in all of us, Frick said as they walked over to the horses. May and Zeka tied them up nearby a tavern. It's been several days. I need a drink. We will need to go back and find Malgastaflorian. He will point the way, he said. He may need to join us for this one, Zeka said, entering the tavern. Let's just get a few bottles for the road, Frick stated excitedly right before bumping into her. She stopped in front of him. Zeka, what's wrong? He put her arms around her like married men who love their wives shouldn't. He put
that is the statement.
His arm.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Not that one.
Oh, it's the first one.
It's the first her. Thank you. Recognizing his mistake, he moved his to a more respectable position.
I just missed some words. I guess you could just say his back because his arms.
Yeah. Zeka turned around. I love that she said something. Zeka turned around. It's the captain. I could swear he was just sitting in that chair. She pointed to a darkly lit corner. That would have been convenient. Then we could just sit and have a drink with him, Frick said, moving past her. She followed after him. If that was him, she said, staring into the corner. Then we will see him again when we get to his tower. Frick looked back at her. Her eyes were fixed on the corner. You know what sounds like You know what that sounds like? Such a good
idea.
Can you just highlight that whole sentence?
Well, if you put the word idea at the end, he would say, you know what, that sounds like a good idea. I've been trapped for several days.
Oh, you know what? That sounds...
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just missing a word at the end.
Yeah, okay. I have been trapped as a hat for several days. I could use a sit and some company. He knew that it was a kind of company that was family friendly. He started walking to the table. You know this is going to be...
I see. That wasn't... Just got quotes around it.
You know this is going to be hard if my wife second guesses my actions every time I talk to a dear friend, who just happens to be female, he said to the hat. Zecca stopped him. What did you say? It's May. She doesn't seem to want to trust me with you. Did you say something? He asked with a childlike immaturity. May is okay, she said in relief in her voice for the safety of her new and unexpected friend and ally. Frick pointed to his hat. She's telling the story now. From what I remember, it's never lonely. You were just not very ineffectual.
No, that's not right. You were just very ineffectual.
Okay.
That's double negative.
Yeah.
I didn't see that the first time.
I don't remember saying anything. You know me. I tend to open my mouth at the wrong times with the wrong information. I hope she knows I would do nothing to jeopardize our gentle and close new friendship. She was reassuring the hat more than Frick. They walked to the table and sat down a while. As soon as they got comfortable, the world shifted around them. There were 2 tall, freshly poured glasses of cold beer. A smell of smoke filled the bar. Melgasta Florian sat opposite them, dressed in a long tan overcoat, with an ill-fitting Trilby hat.
Trilby.
Oh my gosh. Trilby. There's too many I's in that one. He was putting down his drink as he threatened them. If you are not careful, men, I will bring down the full weight of the divine arcane. What do you mean, Captain? Frick asked, picking up the drink, inspecting it. Okay.
So he got sucked into their shenanigans, which I think was meant to happen, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I could say not very effectual or effective.
Yeah, not very effective.
Or I could say very ineffectual. You were just very ineffectual. I think that's better. Like being wordy.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's May. She doesn't seem to want to trust me with you. Well, don't put your arms around the lady like that. Jeezy Pete.
Well, I mean, they also were battle-hardened buddies.
Uh-huh.
This isn't just a normal friendship. They're close. They care about each other deeply.
Yes. It just so happens that
Almost
the
like
first
family.
person that he sees when he comes back into the real world is a lady who has a crush on him.
And there was the comment of the last person she brought to Braun's home was Frick.
Yes.
I set that in there because I figured it would kind of help explain why she would think that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Zecca has...
And it's funny. You get a giggle out of it.
You get a giggle out of it. Zecca has made mention she has a crush on Frick.
Yes. And she keeps herself young looking.
Yeah.
And he mentioned her bosom in the narration.
And then wraps his arms around his shoulders. Like
I imagine like a brother would for a sister, maybe. And she took it to mean something different in the narration.
I don't know if my brother would ever hug me like that.
Something like that.
I think me and my brother would do side hugs.
You and your brother are incredibly close physically compared to most families.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
we're physically close.
Nothing untoward.
And it ends up hurting one or the other.
Yeah, usually it just ends up hurting each other.
Yeah. Like I'll go to give him a hug and he'll get me in the gut. You know. But yeah, we're kind of side huggy. We would not do a back to front hug. That's a little awkward. You know what? Having a seat sounds like such a good idea.
That's much better.
Don't forget to put idea in this sentence here.
Like he's seeing that she wants to sit too, and she's drawn into the corner where my Gastaflorian, so maybe there is a reason. He's seeing it. Having just come out. And he's going to get thrust into another world that's completely different from what he knows.
You know, this is going to be hard if my wife second guesses my actions every time I talk to a dear friend who just happens to be female.
they talk to the hat, which didn't really happen with Frick. They never, which I mean I should say May did, but they never like had dialogue to the hat before. You know, like both of them are reassuring the hat. It's adorable.
Yeah, we gotta go with here. Recognizing his mistake, he moved his arms.
Oh no, that's still gotta do it backwards.
Yeah, you gotta do it backwards. Deleted his arms to a more respectable position.
I don't know. I think it kind of you feel maybe a little bit justified in her concern, and it goes away. It's not like a constantly recurring thing where they reassure her. It's just cute for this one time.
It is a little cute because she only says something twice.
Yeah, and Frick says things too. He said things in the dialogue. I mean the narration.
His arms. Around her like married men who love their wives. I love this line. The beauty she held was the same beauty in all of us, Frick said as they walked over to the horses. May and Zeka tied them up. The horses up by a nearby.
Well, I was going to
nearby.
I guess that is a problem.
Tied them up by a nearby tavern. Nearby a tavern. Bye. Now get rid of the second ah.
Oh, they don't need a tavern.
That will read much smoother.
Okay.
He took great care picking up all the metal bits.
The little bits of metal from the armor. I wanted to specify there. From May's fallen armor. What?
Only 25% of that which you typed did you capitalize. Get rid of the F on from. I was sitting here, I was like, okay, you capitalized from.
It's just this thing,
Hold on. You capitalized from. And then you capitalized May, and I'm laughing like, okay, that's supposed to be capitalized. Is he going to capitalize fallen?
No, I don't do that.
And then he
capitalize armor. I noticed.
Her beauty is as powerful as the forest herself.
That's really pretty, isn't it?
It is.
And then the important lesson is in that beauty. Right?
It's the same beauty that lies in all of us.
Whatever she's displaying is what we all have. And she's just gotten really good at it.
I've been where she is. I know she is safe in this hat. And I know how far she has come to free me.
I think that's just a comma. It's kind of one sentence, isn't it?
It does feel like that.
And there we are. So we had Frick come in to play. And you get to see his character.
Yeah, you get to see his character that's not just reading flatly.
What do you mean? Oh, no, just narration.
Yeah, just the narration.
There's one problem that I'm realizing I had. He doesn't have a chiseled jaw. It's covered in a gray scruffy beard. Long beard. Long gray beard.
Well, then give him a long gray beard.
I'm just trying to figure out where that line was.
Very second sentence. Very top. Right? One more line up.
Oh.
There you go. His scruffy gray beard looks so much better with the smile.
Oh, his long gray beard.
His long gray beard. His long silky beard.
Bears. His long gray bears.
Long gray bears?
What about a smile in it?
It's better with a smile in it. Yeah. You could hear her, but not touch her. His broad shoulders slouched like his frown. Yeah, no, I like this one. It's cute.
You also hear a little bit about the hat and what it means to be inside the hat. Mm-hmm. It's important that you tell the story for some reason. And then they reiterate what happened there. Then they move on with the story to try and go save May, and find themselves in a tavern right away because he was a hat for several days and is thirsty now. And
thirsty.
And then Zeka sees Malgasta Florian and gets caught in that new story, which will be the next chapter.
Which is who they were. It's like they say his name, and he is thusly summoned.
She says something important here. We may need him for this one. Mm-hmm. What does that mean? Malgasta Florian has a job, and his job is very specific.
Okay, yeah, it's okay. There was someone out there who called upon an elder god.
Yes.
To shift things around, so the magic's already swapped.
Basically.
In this moment, is Zeka still have May's power to communicate with nature?
I mean, I would give things away if I explained any further.
Oh.
It's not what you think. I don't think anyone's following where it's going to go.
Okay.
It's a few more chapters away, but
okay.
It's not. I don't think it's not that simple, is what I should say.
Okay, we'll keep it a surprise. I like it. I mean, either way, if she has May's powers and they need to figure out how to swap them, there's someone out there who was targeting May now. And Frick was just a kind of... there's a word I'm looking for and I lost it. And May had gone to Malgasta Florian to figure out what was going on with the hat, first off.
Yeah.
So now they go back to Malgasta Florian and said, okay, here's a whole new situation with the hat.
No, it was going to be back with Frick.
Yeah.
It won't be some little lady jumping in on his journey. It's Frick, a man he knows.
And someone probably he's taken on some of the journeys with him before.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. In fact, one of the journeys was to defeat Grix. Mm-hmm. To stop that kingdom from advancing.
So, I don't see it as unusual that Malgasta Florian is needed.
But his job, what may be important here is she's saying this could be cataclysmic.
Yeah.
Universe ending.
Mm-hmm.
The end of all things.
Mm-hmm.
At least from their point of view.
I mean, you never know. One person called on an elder god. Who knows how many other ones have been called upon?
Well, one is bad enough.
Exactly.
Yeah. And this one probably didn't do too much damage to the good guys. He did more damage to the bad guys. And that's just how the elder gods are going to work. They give you what you ask for, not what you want, kind of thing, you know? Mm-hmm. Twisted evil creatures. All right. Well, that's good. Mm-hmm. We'll leave it at Twisted Evil Creatures. Thanks for listening.
Have a good day.
Bye.